biggest in the US because you have technology, you have guns. But if you think about how like 10 years, like I think it was the first time since 2017 that it completely sold out and every booth sold out. I think that was where it was like it got over capacity. So Sunday wasn't so I wish I would have went Sunday, but we had to leave the Airbnb with my teammates at 11 a.m. and I'm like, I'm not gonna
Oh,
go
that's so
walk around an
early.
expo with a suitcase. But I would
Yeah.
love to have gone on Sunday just to catch up with athletes and all. But I got to meet some great athletes, talk to some coaches. Um, I mean, that was what I felt like was the best experience. But I will tell you this, it was the least stress I've ever had. So when I got to Columbus at around 2, I took a lift to get to the house that we are going to be at. I left my sling bag with all my gadgets and stuff in it, and I'm like, oh no. So I called Lyft and like I left my sling bag. I'm going to lose like hundreds of dollars of stuff. So then it took a while, but then they got back to me, and then I tipped my driver like $20 for like 20 extra dollars to like since he brought my sling back, and I'm like, oh, so that was
Yeah, take
good. That
care of
was
that.
relief. And then I had only an hour to get to the yeah, I had an hour to get to my media pass, my Ultimate Expo, and then we had to meet the athletes at 7. They knew where to go, and like the staff is so good. They treat us so well, but like they obviously need to have that crowd control and all. But it was great. It was great. I mean, I love Friday. I enjoyed the expo more on Friday because although I couldn't get into the prejudging seating, I got to see around. I got to work out with my teammates. Then we watched the finals.
Where'd you guys train?
For me to go to my first ever Arnold like that, and just the athlete, the fan experience, the customer service. I mean,
Yeah.
wow, like they're really coordinated. They know where things are. They'll tell you exactly where to go and where exactly where something is. Like I couldn't get my
They've
to
definitely
my.
done it before.
I was trying to get my media pass. What's that?
So they've definitely done it before.
Say it again.
So
Yeah,
they've definitely done
but
it
they know
before.
like where things are. Yeah, I can't. They hired local football players that were like young and to be staff as well. And so they're like on point, well coordinated. They know if you don't have this pass, you can't enter the pre-judging. So you can't like they know like what's going on, and they know and David Bay, the MC, really
Hmm.
cool guy, down to earth.
Yes, he is.
But he was like making sure, I wasn't trying to get upset with him. He's like, you can't be here because you don't have a VIP pass. I was like, okay. I was like, I understand. But like he was trying to like, there's no more seats for pre-judging. So it was on Friday. I'm like, I'm happy it happened on Friday versus Saturday. Saturday's when Bikini went on. So I didn't mind. Everyone was going crazy for Sam Sulik, so that was another thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Did you get to meet him or anything?
but I've met him before,
Okay.
and really, really cool guy, really like chill, relax, and honestly, just a great kid. I have nothing but like, I know people are giving him crap because he wasn't posing very well. I'm like, but it's like he's young, he'll figure it out. I think he just needs to find his identity. If does he want to be a classic guy? Does he want to be an open guy? What does he want to do? Does he want to go far into this?
Hmm.
Because the guy's sponsored. He has his own merch and all. He's built his own brand.
The world is his oyster.
But I was yeah. But from Friday was Expo was okay to walk around, and Saturday was just oh my goodness.
It
And
looks
all the
crazy. It kind of
athletes
reminded me of like
that like the
COVID
men's
times,
physique and
like
bikini,
before
yeah,
that. Sorry. What did you say?
yeah. All the athletes on the stage for prejudging, they had to exit through the back door. There's no way you're gonna walk through the expo. We're like penguins. They're like doing trains. They're like waddling. It's we were like shoulder to shoulder. Like they had to call the fire marshal on the Young LA booth because it got
Holy shit.
overcrowded. And it's like they have a Lamborghini Aventador and they had a Ferrari 488. And I'm like, imagine if all that weight and all that capacity, it would have collapsed. That's 3,000 pound, half
That
a
would not
million
be
dollar
pretty.
cars. Yeah, they would not be. But now they're going to make the expo 4 days, so starting Thursday. So I don't know how they're going to do meet the athletes, but hey, I mean, I could go, I would love to come in early, go around the expo, pick up some stuff, meet the athletes, and then obviously care about the athletes at the prejudging finals. But yeah, I definitely will go to the finals. I don't mind the floor seating if they're the VIPs, but the VIPs at the Arnold get to choose their seats based off when you bought it, and you could pick based, when you have like a little time frame to pick and then pay for everything, and based off
Mhm.
your tier, like silver, gold, platinum, Olympia. It's gold and silver, right? And it's random. You don't know where you're going to be sat at until like 2 weeks or a month before. You're like, oh, this is where I'm going to be at. So, but
Like I
I would say
remember, I haven't worked it. I haven't been.
honestly,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
go ahead. What you're saying?
Oh no, I was just saying I haven't seen like the videos that or the live stream because I wasn't there this past weekend. I haven't seen Arnold look like that in like I mean I know it's been getting back to being huge, but I mean there were times before COVID where it was like shoulder to shoulder the whole entire place Saturday, and I feel like when I would go with Muscle Leg more, I feel like we would it was like at least 3 days. But I remember we would get there Wednesday or
Yeah.
Thursday. But that's exciting that everything's growing
Yeah.
back, and in a different direction too, but like better. So I'm glad you like it looked like it
So
was.
it was so crazy that Friday they said we have 1,000 tickets left for Saturday Expo. Some people they're just normal people who just go to like the Arnold or the Olympia just for the Expo part.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not
They're
into
just
like the whole
fans.
bodybuilding thing, but
Yeah.
they had 1,000 tickets left on Friday. They said if these like, and it's like once they're gone, don't even bother coming or try to buy off anybody. So it's like they sold out within an hour. I'm like, oh man. And then Saturday, yeah, it was like over 100,000 people in there. And so there's people, my teammates were like, they just need a bigger venue. And I'm like, well, where are you going to be? It's like, they're like San Diego. It's like, that's expensive. I can't imagine the Arnold go to San Diego. I
I can't
cannot.
imagine as many people would go there just because it's
I
so
don't know, but
expensive. Like around there too. Like even San Diego itself is expensive. Columbus is not. So it's like more like accessible for
yeah,
like
that's another thing.
fans of fitness, I think.
Yeah. But I mean, Brian Powers, executive director, we've been messaging each other. It's crazy that I'm outreaching to him, but he's like, this is the third biggest sold expo in the whole USA. And I'm like, what are the top two? It's like, you think about it, like there's technology, there's guns, there's like info and stuff. It's like, that's more than the Arnold. But in the terms of fitness, this is the biggest fitness in the USA. And then FIBO in Germany is the biggest in the whole
Hmm.
world. But FIBO's like the Arnold, but it's like 4 or 5 levels. It's like a
I can't
skyscraper,
imagine.
but that gets congested. Last year I saw it, I was like, oh
I
no.
can't imagine that. I've also never been to the
But
LA
yeah,
Fit Expo either, but I hear that can get kind of crazy too. So I haven't ever been to FIBO, but bless you if you do. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people in one place. But it's good to see everything's alive and well and that popular.
too. I've just a live stream one, and I have the predictions the page right here. That's it. So actually, I also have IG up as well, so we can look
How
at
is that?
not only we're going to talk about the Arnold, but also the um. I'm gonna close the Google Drive. So I was just gonna look at just the live stream, and we're gonna look at the show, the IG, and also look at the athletes for the Brazil show we have coming up. So,
Perfect.
um, I will tell you this about the Arnold, and it was just as I expected. When the show's over, it's relaxing. You can go enjoy dinner. It's like you go to the gym. Like what we after the show
Yeah.
after 9:30 on Saturday, it ran on time. I will tell you this, and I just had a guest yesterday who's an OG bikini. I told her, man, I was my first time going. It was enjoyable. I look forward to the following year, but also I feel like this one's much well ran. And then you go to the Olympia, and I love the Olympia, but it's just I feel like I have to stock up on sleep and I have to manage fatigue
Mhm.
because like after the show's over, like I'm out for a couple of days. Like I come in, I try to enjoy Las Vegas as much as I can. So I'd come in on Monday, enjoy it until like go around, train at the gyms, you know, train until like Wednesday or Thursday. Then Thursday is like the press conference, meet the athletes. Then you have the pre-judging. We have to wake up early because we run to seats. Saturday, kind of same thing. We have to run to seats. But then I would go to Saturday night finals and then post. But then after the Sunday seminar, it's like for the rest of the day, after the middle of the day, I try to enjoy it as much as I can. Then I enjoy Monday a whole day by itself, and then Tuesday I enjoy as much as I can. And I go home, but it's so much enjoyable for this show. I can't tell you how well it is. And
You didn't
promoters got
have
to
so much
take
prep
notes
to
to
do,
take care of those
probably.
athletes.
Yeah, but you also didn't
Yeah.
have time difference too to deal with that jet lag. You never get well, not much jet lag, but it always
Yeah.
wears me out when I go to the West Coast anyway myself. So that should be.
When when just flying out there, you lose 3 hours. When I'm coming back from the West Coast to the East, I gain 3 hours. And well,
Yeah.
that's what also messed me up this weekend was that daylight savings. It's like,
Oh
hey,
yeah,
yo,
I totally
man, when it's
forgot.
12 a.m., it's gonna be 1.
I
So
know. I
it's like,
woke
oh
up and
man,
it
we
was
just lost an hour of sleep.
like 7:15, and it was dark outside, and I was like, Oh yeah, I totally forgot. You know, that always throws me off too. But I'm glad to just stay in the lighter a little later, get more productivity during the day. Anyways, it feels like it when you're not going to
Yeah, I
like feel
mean,
like you're
it's
gonna take
just
a nap
like
in front
for,
of
but I will tell you this: I do think that I think if they can improve this, and obviously take care of the athletes, I will tell you this: when they walked out, and all the girls walked out at 11 a.m., their body
it.
was energetic, they were fresh, they looked good. That's the
Yeah, it
difference.
was
The
great.
timing.
Yeah,
And when people walk out, like, oh man, like when they walk out, like everybody looks so good here. Then when they get to the comparisons, you're like, okay, what's let's see what they have. And then you start to see like the difference. Like that, it's either your body changes like every second, every hour. And what I saw was like, wow, like everybody like really brought it. There was a couple things that I felt like for some athletes, they just needed to fix, but it was like if you that's how they showed up. So it's like what they could do is fixable. I mean, kudos to
yes,
Laura Lee for coming back from sixth place to second,
yes,
bringing up everything. Obviously, congratulations to Amy, but even people who were not in the top six. The Juliana girl, the one who
hmm
turned pro at the amateur last year, she took eighth. She's
yeah.
really brought her whole physique up.
There
So
was
she's
a
really
lot of really
improved
polished
everything. I
people,
mean,
a lot of contenders for sure.
yeah,
It was really, really competitive. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, when they did so this year was different. The bikini went up before men's physique.
hmm
It's normally opposite, but I feel like they want people to keep be in that crowd. So maybe they might do something different at the Olympia to like where they might have to change which categories go up first. But obviously classic will be the main traction for Saturday. But fit model, we're not sure if it's going to be. I looked at the Olympia; they do have an updated schedule for this year, but it's like I don't know when fit model is going to go up. If it's either going to be Friday or Saturday.
I
But
feel like it'll probably go on the
my
same
guess
day
is
as
was
Bikini. You know, they'll
I
probably put
think
them
so.
together just because they're similar. You know,
Yeah,
they kind of put the like ones together. I feel that would be
yeah.
cool to see. I'm visualizing it as I'm looking at this. That would be cool to see the fit model Olympians and then see bikini Olympians come out and see the call. Like that's gonna be a really good thing this year for all future fit model people. Like I know we're not talking about that today, but like that'll be like cut and dry. I feel like a really good example. I'm excited to see that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they'll only be 20 girls, so I don't know if they're gonna like normally when it's the first when it's like the inaugural of the division at the Olympia, they have the prejudging in the finals on the expo stage, but I don't know. Maybe they'll put them on the finals. I don't know if they will because you have to think about the open men will go on and stuff, and they have to do like their
But it's
individual
like
like their
it's a
posing.
new
Yeah.
division. So I mean, you know, they might let them do something a little bit different this first time. You know, to get the
hmm
attention around it and the credit, you know, the accolades and the attention that it needs for being new. But we'll see. I'm just interested to see how this whole year
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Me too. I mean, so we'll have a show this week. We'll have no shows next week, and then we have the Arnold UK, and
Mhm.
then we have a couple bikini shows that weekend and a fit model in Taiwan. So I think everyone's hyping up and getting energetic for Wasatch Warrior, and I definitely think there's going to be almost every top, like almost the overall winners in every national show is probably going to be there, and
Yeah,
I'm
it's
excited
a
to see,
really
like I'm
exciting
excited to
time.
see how this whole year goes, and you know,
Me too.
but let's get to want to get to the talking about the Arnold.
It's
Or
yes, it's kind of just hard thinking about it. I'm just making that face because I'm gonna be sitting on the sidelines a little longer than I want to because I'm ready to just compete right now because for just last fall and everything. But I gotta grow the things I need to and all that stuff. But yes, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna grab my water real quick. But yeah, go ahead and pull up whichever one you want to start with. I think last whatever you normally do for recaps, but I think we just looked at everyone individually in the top six last time or five or however you want to do. Okay.
I'll tell you this: the photos don't do the show any justice.
No, I bet not. Everyone's color was really nice too. That's what I
All right, here we go.
thought. Okay. I realized it wasn't next to me like it usually is. My security water.
Okay.
Okay. Oh yeah. So let me ask you. This was in that because I've been to the Arnold many like times, but just not in a couple years. Which room was this in? With that like I think it's called the Patel Grand or something. Is it? What room was
It was in
this?
the hall. It was like
Like
it was like in
were you go upstairs
like for the
stairs?
expo.
Okay.
Yeah, like I guess I entered through this place where like the Arnold statue, and there was only like one way entrance, and so you had to like go through. But it was in Hall C, pretty much
Yeah,
like towards the back.
yeah, it's the same thing. I think.
Like the Battelle Grand is like a couple of doors down, but this is in like the Expo, the Columbus Convention Center
It looks
Expo.
bigger. That's why I was wondering because it looked bigger than the last couple. Sometimes
Yeah,
that I, man, okay, yeah, this was fun to watch. I was
I
following
mean, I
along.
had it like I was 2 rows behind the judges,
No,
so
I was so jealous.
and this
I was
is
like, he's gonna have such better stuff to say than me on because I can't see it, but I'll just go with what I saw myself. Okay.
so when I was seeing, and I actually had the individuals. My individual picture, I feel like the is much better. My individuals for like their presentations, like the videos of them, I felt like was much better than. And Gilco's awesome, and shout out to Tay. He's my boy. He's also with Gilco Productions, but I felt like you could see much better than like the video because I get why he did it. Because when you look at the NPC news online, they look kind
Mm.
of darker because of like the orange, like the orange with the Celsius, which
Mm.
I still would it like up close and personal. It did not look bad at all, but the pictures and videos made it kind of look like darker or washed.
So in the
It
live
kind of has like
stream,
that
they just
Miami,
had it. In
yeah,
the live stream, they just had it so tight that they didn't really get too much, except for a couple pans of like. I wasn't like noticing that much of the orange and reddish color. I was looking more like pinkish. So that's interesting.
yeah.
It looks different here.
So here's our first call out. So when I look at this was the order of how they wound up being. So Amy and Laura
When
Lee
they
in the
first
center. Yeah,
when I first came out, I
say it again.
had when they first came out, I wrote down immediately. I wrote down Amy, Ashlyn, Laura Lee. Um, that was me initially, but I knew that's not how it panned out. And then I kind of watched them, and then, but yeah, I'll let you whatever you want to say. Sorry, I just want to say that's what I had down first, and then I kind of was interested to see
So
Ashlyn in
yeah,
there too.
yeah. I kind of had when I saw them walk out, I was like, Laura Lee, Amy, Ashlyn. I had them as top three, but my initial predictions, I had Laura Lee winning, Ashlyn second, Amy third. But when
I
I
didn't.
when they showed up on stage, I was like, okay, this may be different.
Mm-hmm.
And I really felt like it was a split. It wound up being a split decision. I even said this to Mike from North Carolina, Mike Retteni. I was
My
like, I
dude,
think it's a
what's up,
split.
Mike? We're friends.
You're gonna go to that seminar
Of course, I
this
live
this
down here,
weekend?
so yeah. That's my stomping
Okay,
grounds. So yeah.
okay.
Yes, I'll be there. I'm on the flyer, so one
I
of
was
many.
like, I think it's. I don't think it's. I said I don't think it's a 1 point or straight. I think it's going to be a split decision. It wound up being like it wasn't straight, like across the board for them. So it was like kind of split. Like it was a 6 and 9. Ashlyn was straight third. Ashley K was straight fourth. But the
What do
top
you?
two was like very like.
What are your thoughts
Say
on the
again,
fourth? What were your thoughts on the fourth for Ashley?
Ashley.
Mm-hmm. After looking at this, right?
I
Just pause it for a second if you want. Look at the glutes.
when I saw her, I felt like she probably could have taken fifth
Mm-hmm. I actually had her at
because
sixth
she had
for
because
me. I wasn't sure if her or Raina would get fifth or sixth, and I kind of thought they might bring Raina up a little higher just because her back pose was so crazy good. And her
but I
glutes look
feel
so
like when I'm
good.
looking at this, when I'm looking at Reina right here, I feel like
Well,
this
I have stuff to say
she's
about that.
improving little by little. She's improving little by little. Her makeup is better. Her hair is great. She has
Well,
great confidence and stage presence. I definitely see her as like a first call at the Olympia eventually. But I think it's just this front pose it has to really help her out. I feel like she could just lower this hand a bit. And she just
yes.
makes a couple posing tweaks. It helps her front pose out. Um Phoebe I could have had in fourth, but it was just even her feedback was how she was doing her front pose, but her back
So
pose is like it was perfect.
yes, I'm not trying to interrupt you. I just want to put my thing and say when we pull them up individually, I will give my commentary on the front poses for those girls because they really are missing placings because of it a little bit. Because you're right, like and you say the improvements they need to make. Like I always ask people when I first get them, I'm like, was your last feedback? Because sometimes it's not even all these improvements; it's just a posing change. Like or a lot.
Yeah,
So, anyways, yeah, I agree. But that was very impressive. The back side, I thought when I first came out, I thought Amy was the most complete right away. Um, Stood out to me the most, and then Ashlyn I felt like was the tightest, and she also looked the best she probably has. Her glutes looked great, and then Laura Lee also looked much improved too. But I think this maybe the kind of symmetry and overall, I don't know what exactly want I think that's what won out was the balance of Ashlyn and Amy, or of Amy was better. But
Yeah, I can agree with that.
that's apples and
Keep
oranges
it
are
going.
so different. And then Ashlyn, she ended up with the third. So
So I actually have my I actually have the videos on my page for their individuals.
yeah, whatever.
Let's go here. So who do you want to start with, Laura Lee or right here?
Yeah, let's start with since it was 3-2-1. Why don't we start with Ashlyn first?
Okay, Ashlyn.
Shout out to Ashlyn. Hey boo. Like I've competed with all of them, so it's time to, or maybe not Amy. Yeah, this was definitely.
And I
I
like the
feel like the most balanced she's been too. Like everything's really nicely tied together, and she's super full and tight. Waist looks real tight.
I do think that she had like core issues a little bit. That's why I feel like kind of doctor. But in the back, really complete full. She brought her legs up, but as they were going through rounds, I felt like she started losing her upper glutes just a little bit. Like I can't wait. I look forward to seeing what Tyler says on his video, but that's kind of what I was kind of seeing. But
Well,
overall, like
she's
the
been kind
suit, the
of
glam,
grown short.
everything.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, no, go ahead.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
No, you're talking about the front post with the core. I
I
think for
was
a while she was kind of crunching,
yeah,
like a little, it looked a little bit like she was smushing, and now I could see she's been working on opening
yeah.
up that upper body more. But I think it, there's something a little bit missing compared to like Amy per se, because I compare them more in this groupie just because they're more similar when I talk about them. So like, I think maybe Amy's like a little bit more longer. There's a little bit more flow to it, and I think maybe she could keep working on opening it up more or being a little taller too. Kind of goes what you said. Looks like core issues, but I think maybe it's just short, like kind of not like her being short. That doesn't display. It's just kind of opening up and being bigger against people that are so taller. So much taller like Laura Lee, and even Amy's I think about my height. So, but that's still 5'4" versus 5'1" or 2, whatever Ashlyn's height is. That's all. Her makeup and hair look
Ashlyn's
perfect
I think 5'1". Amy's 5'2". Amy's
though.
about
Okay,
5'2", 5'3".
but Amy looks so much
But
taller.
and
More
her
built.
and everybody says that. Like when I had my guest on yesterday, she's like, she thinks Amy's big. I'm like, she's only 5'2". I'm like, how
I
tall are
know.
you? It's like 5'4.5". I'm like she's
Well, even
small. People think she's so big. Like
myself,
I don't like when people say that she's wellness. I'm like, she's not.
people think they ask me stuff if I'm bigger in wellness, or they ask me if they thought I was tall, and then they meet me and I'm under 5'4", like right under that. So I'm like, yeah, people think I'm like 5'7", but
I
like
think
that's
another
because
thing about Ashlyn, yeah,
go ahead, sorry.
I do think that right here, like she was kind of standing a little
Mm-hmm.
wider, but like in the comparisons, she kind of changed the foot position, which was much better. But I felt like that was initially how she came out. But
I think she was
honestly,
trying to press her
some slight
glutes towards.
improvements.
Yeah, so her legs are a little too
Yeah,
straight too. So I think it was just kind of like we were talking about the upper glutes not looking as round. Like she might have been doing that when she was in her back pose. I don't know what to look at it, but like kind of pressing the hips back more. She knows. And then instead of like keeping everything, the knees softer right there, like she probably does during comparisons. When you bend
yeah.
them, you can
But what
hardly
she
bend
has, like I said, it's just a minor fix,
them. Mm-hmm.
just a minor fix, and I definitely see her, being the front runner to win the Arnold UK. But what she brought up was really amazing.
I thought she was going to win, honestly,
I
for
mean,
a
she's
minute
still
because
second
her
in the world.
condition was
Yeah,
so perfect. Her condition was great. Her hair and makeup
yeah,
looked, and her tan looked better than it. Like that, just she nailed it. Honestly,
yeah.
there wasn't anything missing really at all.
All right. Do you want me to go to Laura Lee?
Yes,
Okay. Okay, this first one.
she is stunning and beautiful. Hey again, boo. You look amazing. Such an improvement from the Olympia for sure. Let's talk about that. I know she needs to get those kudos where they're due. She put a lot of work in for this. It looks great. That tan is perfect. Shout out to Pro Tan, my fave. Look how dark that is. That's amazing. We'll talk about
Do you
that.
think it
I
was
wasn't a
just
huge
the
fan
tan
of
was a
the
little too
transitions
dark?
right there. I like it, but I think for this venue, I was going to say, as much as I love the dark, and I'm glad you said it, we're inside with no like, it's not like normal stage, like we're inside, but there's a lot of like, up like for like brighter fluorescent lighting. So I think maybe just kind of going with
Yeah,
more of the color of everyone else probably would have helped her because the background has the red in it too.
yeah.
Yeah, so
I felt like her rear
there.
delts were just a little too big. Some people say her glutes were too big, and I'm like, I think they were almost proportionate, but I could see some people's points. But I don't know. Let's just, well, I would listen to what a judge says. But I felt like in the front, she just needed a little more hamstring to match her glutes. But no, really great improvements.
So some of the things that I would just say, I mean, I feel like I've talked to a couple judges about what they thought too, and myself just in the back post, just going off what you were just talking about, the glutes looking maybe too big or not. I don't know if it's necessarily they're too big looking. I think maybe she could, as I know for a while she's been going back and forth with like her legs being a little bit too big a few years ago, and then we had to bring them down, and then so it's just. And the same with me. I don't know. Sometimes you have pictures of me with my toes straight, my knees bent, like doing all this crazy stuff, trying to figure it out. What like your sweet spot is. But I think she maybe needs to kind of now Bikini's allowed to have a little bit more muscle. Like let's showcase the muscles of the legs, like shape the roundness of the quads and everything. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe work on that, like displaying that so that the glutes don't seem as prominent. Like calves too. Does it make sense? Like there's some more calves, like a little bit more quad kind of come out the side. Then like the glutes wouldn't look quite as in your face. That some people say that they do, but.
Yeah.
I think I've seen them a little bit rounder than this,
Yeah.
but they look. I think that they looked, obviously amazing. Like,
Yeah.
you see what I mean? Like right here, she had a little bit more like, kind of interior and exterior like leg kind of muscle displaying. Maybe the glutes wouldn't be like a too dominant if that's what's feedback that she's gotten.
Yeah. And she was the first one up. That was another. So she had to really. She opened up the show. So
Beautiful. Seriously, it was great.
normally when she normal shows. Yeah. No, normally other shows that she's in, she's like third, fourth, fifth person because of her last name, but she'd be the first one up. She opened it up and that was really good.
Trust me, his last name being Adams. It's really fun. It's so fun. Yeah. Sometimes it's like, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to go to the box? Do you want to go straight to do a T-walk? Or do you want to do kind of T-walk? Or do you want to, what up? I've just been going to the box. Okay, so here, there's a couple of things I just want people that like practice posing or just as a posing coach to say, Laura Lee can do that because she is beautiful and amazing, y'all, and can do anything she wants. She's, the champion. We're not going to do extra stuff, or I don't advise you to do extra stuff that you don't need to if you are not someone like her. How's that? Less is more. Okay. So that's just what I want to say about that.
Yeah, they got more time to do it. They got at least I think they got at least a minute. They almost got 90 seconds, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never take
like I said, less athletes, you can do that. But most of the time just get to the point. I'd say a minute at best, but if you want to do a little more without being too excessive, you could do 90 seconds, but you have to keep in mind of how many people are in the lineup. You have to keep in mind, like have that awareness. If you get told this is how much time. Yeah.
Sorry,
how much time you're up there could cost you.
And look, I'll tell you, the judges, they get annoyed. They don't care. They want to see the things they need to see, and they want you to go just because they already made, like, I made my decision already. You made the impression. I'll check everybody, and then like less is more. Leave them wanting to see you again if they didn't get a chance to see everything. It's better than God, get this dude or chick off the stage. So that's all.
Yeah.
Hair, makeup, and suit were amazing. What did you think about the suit color? I mean, it's the same. It's a similar that she always has, but it's a little bit different. It's a little more blingy. But
I like her in the blue the best. Mm-hmm. The blue suits. I think the blue suit is her color. She could do purple sometimes.
Blue's better.
But I like the blue suit on her.
Blue looks more fierce to me. It means business or something. I don't know. It's polished, nice.
Yeah. This was the one show I don't think no one in the top 6 had red at all. I think only one person. I think only Juliana.
Amy switched to pink, so we had a pink.
Yeah.
Not switch, but she wore pink this time. So yeah.
You had blue. You had pink. You had green. You had it like it was a jade that Ashlyn had. You had green, which was Ashley. You had teal for Phoebe. You had purple, and then only one red suit.
I love those jewel tones, especially with the background. What would you like to see?
Yeah.
In Laura Lee's, like, I don't think physique wise, other than what I was talking about the legs. Like, is there anything you would think that she would need to, come over and take over Amy next time? Let's just say it was, coming up. Like, what would she?
If they're going to do Pittsburgh together, if she's going to do Pittsburgh to go against Amy, I just think a little more hamstrings and just a couple. I mean, listen, she's working with a new coach, so what they know what the mistakes are, and I think her and Damien got something going. So it's like, okay, they know what they need to fix, and then they're going to come back, and I think they're going to be way much improved. So from here, from now until 2 months, I think they could do a whole lot.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I want to see some more of the legs in the back. Yeah, I think that's all. And then the
Yeah.
front pose for me, I think just with her physique, and she's I have a similar deal with like my torso being really long. I was actually looking at a picture of the one time we were in a call out together, and I got fifth at Powerhouse like 3 or 4 years ago, and I noticed it. It's like I want her to kind of like it's almost like she's like extending her torso more than she needs to. And yes, I'm talking about Laura Lee. Yeah, she's amazing and perfect, but I'm talking kind of bringing her like the ribs kind of down in a little bit more to the body and kind of just like letting the waist be small and let the upper body be bigger and kind of taking up
Yeah.
more space. Like I think she can make that pop even more. Does that make any sense? What I'm saying, like kind of bring the
Yeah, that makes
tummy
sense.
tiny, like down and in, just a little bit. Say right here, up underneath her top, you can see her ribs kind of poking toward us and the oblique. So if she kind of just brought that down a little bit and kind of sunk, like grounded herself into the like ground a little bit more, not get shorter, I think that would kind of help her physique shine a little bit more. Even though
Yeah.
it's already crazy, but I mean, just pop that is. That's just me, and a little bit toes out
Great.
in the back pose, I'd say. But I mean,
Yeah, I
she's
definitely
gonna
agree
come
with
in
that.
blazing this year. Guns up blazing for sure. And I agree. I
All
agree what you
right.
said about the hamstrings. I'd like to see a little bit more detail, like not like lines, but just more muscle, like more tissue there.
Yeah.
I guess more full.
Okay.
Y'all,
So
that's
let's
the way
go
to
to
walk. I'm just
Amy.
gonna say that's how you walk. That is how you walk. That is how you walk. I talk about her and I show her examples for walking on like every walking lesson I do. Like, yeah, just walk on out. Amy's walk has
Right,
improved a
here's
lot too,
Amy.
by the way.
Yeah. I always say like Amy is strong in the back, but her front just needs to match that. And I definitely
I
think
think
she's
it did this
done that
time.
here.
Yeah, she opened up. She really look at that. Way different. Her looks like, and with someone that may not be as trained of like posing or competing, they might think, look, she did. She grew so much and all this stuff. No, no. She literally just worked on her posing and her mobility. You can tell she just opened. She's relaxed. Like her upper body looks wider, shoulders look rounder, chest is more up. Everything is where it needs to be. For a while, she's had everything on the bottom half, but it's been like I know she probably thinks the upper, and trust me, I can relate. Like it's a struggle, probably neck tightness or back or lat or whatever it is from posing and competing and being a beast for so long. But that looked like when she hit that, I was like, no, they're going to reward her for that. It was great. She looked super open and she looked comfortable holding it, which she doesn't always, neither do I, I'm saying. But like she looked like she's really prioritized that and it showed for real. So that's just what I wanted to say. I've always been like waiting on her to do that and I'm so happy about it. It looks so good. Makes my eyes happy. Like, ah,
Yeah.
yes. So she definitely her color was great. I love the pink, and she looked beautiful. The hair wasn't too big or much or anything. Like I think it was great. That's just my opinion. She wowed me when she came
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, she went with a different she went with a lighter pink
Kind of like
this
a
time
soft
versus
pearl.
like magenta. Like her other pink was like a magenta. But like I said, not many people can pull off a pink suit. Like you have to have the dark hair, skin tone for that. Don't want to see a blonde hair in a pink suit, but like she has the right hair and the skin tone, so she can do that. So I
Yeah,
think if she wants to make that one of her colors, she can do it. She's done red, she's done purple, she's done blue. Don't think she's ever done teal or
I'd like to see that. That'd be pretty.
what else is there? I could maybe
But I
I
kind of
could
like
see her
this pink.
possibly in teal if she chose it. Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like youthful. She's poised. She looks fresh and glowy. Like you said, everyone looked like they came out like a game, like fresh. So they definitely did.
But the
The
symmetry here
back.
is like really good.
I know. Yes, she looks amazing. Let's do that back pose again. Oh yeah, I did want to say for a minute I wasn't sure. I was kind of for a second thinking I was like, damn, Ashlyn's about to win Arnold because she was a little bit tighter than Amy in the back and just a little bit more conditioned in the lower body especially. But I think that Amy's overall package was so good and balanced that it just won out anyway. But that's just what I was gonna say. I think she was just a little softer than Ashlyn in the back. I don't know how that translated in person though, because I don't trust live stream always fully. So I always just want to make sure I talk to someone who was there.
Like no, everyone had like really great full
Like
glutes in the back.
as far as
Like
like the
everyone
timing.
had really. I think Amy and Ashton probably had the best ones in the back, as well as Laura Lee. But if I was like with the tie-ins and everything, and like who was like really full up top, in their glutes, I think Amy was the one who had it the best.
Okay. Yeah, because I was
when they were
thinking, I was like, I bet.
when they were walking back, and we'll show you this. When they were walking back, you see their glutes. You see Ash and Laurel's glutes kind of drop a bit when they're in
Mhm.
the comparisons. Like Amy kept hers high and tight,
Yeah, like the
and
angle in
that's
the
what I
live
felt like
stream,
carried her over.
I could tell was a little bit higher than what you were saying. So I was like trying to see. I was like, okay, if I was watching, it felt like from the live stream footage, like Amy's glutes didn't look as round, but I know from down below that they probably did, and she maintained her position the whole time. Like if it looked good from where I was sitting, I can imagine that it probably looked like a winner just from down there. You know,
Yeah.
she definitely earned it. It
All
was a really
right.
good job. Oh yeah, congrats, Jamie. I love you. It's my
I know
cousin.
it's Jamie's first Arnold win. I know.
Is it? Okay,
So
cool.
yeah.
Good job. Good job, Coachy Poo.
All right. Do you want
Jeez.
to look at Ashley or
Yes.
Phoebe?
Let's look at Ashley next. Oh wait, did you want to
All
watch
right.
Amy's routine closer or no? I think we're okay.
I had a root.
I mean, like a little
I had a
closer, closer
routine.
right now.
You want to get to that
I don't
Gilco
think there's
video?
any other. No, it's okay. This is good. I was just wondering if there was like a closer up one or. That's okay. This is. I think we can see it now. What did you think about
So
how
when I look
Ashley
at,
looked? I like. Yeah.
I felt like she just looked a little too lean.
Okay.
I do think like she has the proportions, but I feel like her leg size it was kind of down. Her glute density in the back is good, but when she walks back, you could like see on her upper glutes like striations.
One thing I want to
Just like
note
look it
is that
closely.
I did notice everyone's bottoms in the back were a little thicker in the back than they have been in a while. Um, like Ashley's bottoms were a lot more coverage than they were kind of trending toward like last year and the year before. So that's just something for people
Like a
that
T
compete to notice. You know, it's just a little bit more fabric. I don't think they want thongs like people were almost about to get to.
or
So I
like
think they
T
were kind of
or like a
yeah,
T back. Yeah. Like Ashley last year had like that those some of those T backs and it
little
just
too
felt
backs.
like,
Yeah.
you know, they've been
So I
getting
think
on
they're
that a
probably
fit model right now. So
they're probably using this as a good example of like showing that to not wear the tea bags or like
too
too
much
much
revealing.
coverage.
There.
I like Ashley's green, of course. I agree with you that she was a little. I don't want to say the like stringy, but a little like just maybe a little bit like she could have been a bit more full, and a little too lean. But
Yeah,
obviously she's trying to bring her game.
that's exactly what I felt like. She just needed to fill out just a little better because at finals she looked so much better, but it's kind of like prejudging was too late. Tie-ins are good, density's there, but and I
Hamstrings
felt
are a
like
little
her
lean, yeah.
strongest is the back. Yeah,
I think maybe now she might need to get back into like being okay with training, heavy again, or if she's not, or I don't know what she does. But I'm just saying, like now that we have a little bit more muscle back on us, I think it's going to be, she'll probably keep doing amazing, of course, but to keep with it, just keep that muscle on you, the fullness too. Her
yeah.
posing's improved every time, too. It's just she's got it down.
All right, here's Phoebe.
Hey, Phoebes. I think it's
I
probably one of
missed
the
the teal
best Phoebes
suit.
ever looked.
Yeah, I just think how she does her front, she could just maybe fix just that. But honestly, what she brought definitely could have had her higher. Like, this back pose is like spot on
Does look
from.
amazing. Yes, I love her hair. I love the hair. I love the hair. It's beautiful, and I like that she's a muscly girl at the top like me. So we're covering a little bit of the back. We have a big back. Let's see. Legs look nice. Here, I think we're showing a little too much waist, maybe toward the judge, but this is also the angle that we got that you're recording versus what they're seeing. So maybe not. Maybe we scratch that.
I mean, Sandy and Tyler are like literally right here. So
Okay. Well, they're a little to the side, so maybe yeah. So you want to go back? Let's let it replay the front. That's a really nice statuesque shot right there. I love that. I love that Phoebe has natural, up top, but I think we could probably work on the top a little bit to like improve the look of it even more, just to make it be a little bit more balanced with her amazing big round full glutes. That's all. So one of the tricks that I always say is even you don't have to stuff it more, but to like people can take this if they want. If you are a small chested person and you are wide up top and still muscular and you're still muscular, get a large fabric triangle, like have them do a large anyway. That way it can take up more space when they're looking at you and then you can stuff it. And she probably needs to just tie it like a teeny bit tighter, but I'm like the boob whisperer backstage. People come find me to fix their top and stuff because I'm like so crazy about that stuff. But that, then also she was kind of doing what I was saying about Laura Lee, like leaning back just a little bit more. Like she could probably kind of come in just a hair right here too, but that's probably a little bit of nerves because she's amazing posing also. But so am I. I mean, my posing, do as I say, not as I do. I'm a great teacher. Doesn't mean my posing is always perfect. So I'm sure she feels the same way, even though it looks great. Does that make sense? What I'm saying about the kind of, she's kind of maybe displaying a little bit too much waist
Yeah.
here too. Okay. I love the hair going to the side. That's beautiful. Everything else is great. The top just probably could, not like, I don't want to say boob it up more. It's just give it more fabric, give them a more attention's upper to lower, so it just looks more symmetrical when she walks out. Does that make sense? But the condition was spot on too. I mean, beautiful.
Right. Yeah, I know. Like this is really, really good. I mean, coming back after 2 years and then doing well in this kind of show.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets like top Olympians as well.
Amazing.
I mean, it's amazing, and I definitely think that so the Arnold UK, like I said, she and Ashley are pretty much the front runner because Ashley Kate withdrew because she wants to focus on doing other shows, and plus she has seminars to go to. So it wasn't even though she got invited, she was like she tried to remove her application. But so now you have Ashlyn and you have Phoebe going for the Arnold UK, and you have a lot of girls from Europe as well as Tiana and Savannah Watchman. So we have a lot of people that's an open title because Vanya's not defending it, and Phoebe is a former Arnold UK champion. So there's a good chance that she could even get it back.
She just had this. Let's just call it a win. This is a win for us. Like when we place well. So she's had this win going into UK. I mean, she'll have some good momentum for sure. The thing is, again, if she's going to be her and Ashlyn as the front runners, remembering it's Bikini. I know it's unfortunate to say that, but remember, it's like, being feminine and all this stuff is part of it. It's the only reason I ever say anything about anyone's top. I had nothing forever. The only reason I got mine was because I got divorced. It wasn't because of this. So I'm just saying, please don't think you need to change yourselves, but to kind of compete with Ashlyn's femininity, which has, lots of curves. Like that's just what you're not saying you're going to be more like that, but just to be more, closer to what placed ahead of you recently. That's all I'm saying, just to keep that in mind. But I think that this is the best she's looked for sure.
All right. Let's go to Reina, who's 6th.
Yes.
Actually, that's Tiana. My bad. Reina. This is Reina. Here we go.
Okay. Less is more, girls. That's all. Walk to the box. But she didn't. Okay. The purple, for me, this color does not help her be brighter or stand out to me more. I think it's just a little dull. So I would like to see a little bit of, I would like to see her sing like a pink that Amy had on. Imagine, like, close your eyes, or not close your eyes, but look at her and just imagine that instead.
She did do a pink suit. She did do a pink suit for one of her shows that she won.
Well, why would you change it if you won? But, don't change it if you won in that color, y'all. Oh my God.
She's done. Maybe she just needs a different, I think she needs like a brighter purple, not darker.
Magenta.
She needs a brighter.
Oh, that's such a great back pose. Oh my God. I was so impressed. I was literally like, I paused it and went close to the TV. I was streaming it on my, casting it. I was like, what? Hercules are crazy. That's beautiful.
No, the purple suit's fine. I just think it needs to be a more brighter purple. Like she's done teal, she's done purple. But when she's at the Olympia, she's done purple and teal. Actually, no, this past one she did red.
I want magenta.
But like I feel like the red is not her thing. I feel like purple teal. That's why I know Reina is.
Red is
plus too many red suits.
Let's go back to this front pose though, because I can't wait to.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I feel like was her.
This is the only thing. This is the only thing.
Yeah.
That
I really think
here's this because this is all good. This is all good stuff. It's just saying, okay, so you're like saying. Well, potentially you could look at her and say, oh, her glutes maybe need to be a little rounder. Maybe her upper body could come up to compete with everyone else. She's leaning back in a way. Her upper body is rotated away from the judges. You can see that right here, even though you're on the side. But her front foot is turned sideways, which a lot of people are not fully sideways, but it's pretty sideways. So we're getting a lot of leg profile, and she's having her legs super straight, which I'm being crazy right now. Her legs straight, so it's not going to let her arch her lower back and like get the pelvis and every glutes up and around toward us like we need to. So she's not showing fullness or volume in that front pose with that glute at all. It just looks like striations and a shape. It doesn't look like a volume of a glute coming toward me and coming off the body, which I need that. And the leg's too straight. We're not getting any hamstring. The back leg is turning away from me almost. Well, it's coming in a little bit, but I just want to see a little bit more softness in that lower body so we can get the muscles to kind of hang into the fascia and just kind of show a little bit more, so a little bit more slack. And then the upper, we need to turn it toward me and get that rib flare down and kind of bring everything in, and that's all. Because she could fix it in 2 seconds. I'm telling you, if she gave me 20 minutes, I'd be like, whoa, because those glutes in the back do not look like the glutes in the front, and she's amazing. That's the only reason I'm saying it so passionately about her, because I was like, no, you, not no, but just kind of no, yeah, because I'm like, dang, girl.
Like, you want to see her do better.
Yeah, I always want to see everyone be better. It's not because of anything we're picking on you. It's like there's wasted opportunity. I'm like, dang. So she really doesn't need to improve much. She could probably have her upper body like pump it up a little bit more, her arms and stuff maybe, and bring her back up a little bit. Keep the fullness in the shoulders and the roundness just to stay competitive. I could like to see maybe a little bit more shape in a hamstring, but I could just be posing, So I get here. She's got a hamstring, but let's see.
Yeah, her hamstrings
That's
match her
beautiful.
glutes.
Yeah. I see right here. There, look, she's got it in the back. If she can, in the front, I want to see a little more like roundness on the muscle bellies of the legs. So I want to see more hamstring, a little bit more quad, a little bit more glute. I need more volume up there, and I need your upper body not to arch back and away from me. She's kind of over, like, correcting her torso a little bit. You can see it there.
She's only about 5. She's only about 5'5", like almost like Ashley's height. So
she looked a little taller, but she could be taller looking with her posing too. Like right here, I just see obliques, and you're kind of bringing all that out in this way, and we're kind of making the shoulders look small. So, it's just posing. She doesn't even have any real holes. I would say, like, she could just keep the fullness going, but it's really just posing.
I mean, she was almost close to making the top 10. At
No, she
the
literally.
Olympics. She plays.
Yeah, she would have smacked some ass.
She got 14th and she got 4. Yeah, she got 14th in 2024, and then last year she got 11th. Arguably, I think she could have been 10th. But she's getting better every year. I mean, she wins a lot of shows. She's doing better. She could compete. I think I said this: if anyone's a threat to a top Miss Olympia girl, it's her. So, like, she compared, like, I remember when her and Issa were standing next to each other. I'm like, oh my goodness, they look alike with the height. But then you start to see differences of them.
It's the posing.
But like, they have higher, like, she has higher lat inserts.
Well, it's kind of like
great posing as well.
My lat inserts are really high. I also have a long torso, so both those things combined makes it look even longer, and you can look more ribby and waisty and all that stuff. That's the same thing I was talking about. Laura Lee is talking about me. It's something. It's really hard to keep all this down and then keep this part down here smushed, and then keep this open, and then keep your face. So it's just, as everything evolves, perfection's expected. I mean, it needs to look perfect from where they're sitting, and it's not just how it looks in your camera at the gym anymore. It's like, or with your coach, it's like, it's got to look like from the stage. That's why when you practice, I would say, put the camera down like at your feet almost, and get back like the judges are looking up at you, because that's the angle they're going to see, not what you see in the mirror. Sorry.
All right. Let's go to the comparisons.
But yeah, I want to say that back pose is probably one of the best I've ever seen. I mean, dang, I was shocked how good it was. Oh, let's not forget about dang, what is her name? I have it right here. Actually, I closed the tab because my computer was being stupid.
Which one?
What's her? The teal suit.
Sharon?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
I can pull her up.
Beautiful. I love it. She looked amazing. I just want to say that. It was beautiful.
I could pull her up. Like, I felt like she could have been.
I think
they brought her in for like the final confirmation comparisons when they were comparing 5th through 7th.
Yeah.
But honestly, I could argue that she could have been within that top 6. I mean, Sean, who was like almost near me, she had her at least 6th.
Oh, like Sean Couture Cuties, Sean Carla.
Yeah, Sean Hector, yeah.
Hey, Ben.
Like, I love her hair, her suit,
okay, hold it
everything.
Right there.
This is really good.
That's so great. She needs to work on that back shoulder coming up. Everyone does that, but that looks pretty. Hair looks beautiful. Skin is beautiful.
Okay, let's go back to the beginning. I definitely think she had great presentation here.
Yes, so comfortable, confident, love it.
I mean,
Good walk.
She took second to Amy in New York a couple of years ago.
I know Tyler likes her, yeah, too, and she looks beautiful. She's great. Okay, that is that is that's stellar. You know, she looks great physique. Like she looks awesome. You can see that she's a little nervous or just tight, just because that back shoulder is kind of coming up a little bit and kind of. But that's just everybody.
Yeah,
That's pretty. I hate that when people transition counterclockwise, but that's just me. Glutes are nice and round. She's got such a great balance. Look at her calves too. I love
I
that.
know, right?
Skin is gorgeous. I'm just sorry. I'm just a fan of her. I really like her. Everything she's got because it's different. Nice walk. Good. Yeah. That's a little much right there, just because you can kind of see the any like lack of roundness in the glutes compared to like Ashlyn or someone. You're going to display them more whenever you do a transition that's going to take so long. You're
Yeah.
moving your hips around and stuff. So I would just say like, look at your audience, like who you're going to be against, and then be like, well, let me just do less right there, and just So it's good to have like plan A, B, or C routine. It's not just like your pro routine, y'all. Please don't do that. There's no reason to do that. Then you're going to lose your shit whenever you have to change your mind. Like it's being a
If you see
competitor.
me stretching, I'm sorry. If you see me like stretching, it's because I'm a little too tight from training.
I
So
am sure from traveling too.
I'm relaxed back. I have this like gaming chair, so it's like I'm a little relaxed back. So if you see me doing that, it's like because I'm
That's
stretching
okay.
my like shoulder.
I
So
have like you don't see this behind me, but I've got all these things I need to be like hanging up. They're like just since I moved here to just get this space done. But yeah, I finally have a chair that I can sit Indian style in, which I'm doing right now. It's a big office chair that's like just wide, so I'm doing that. But yes, she's amazing. I kind of was thinking she would come in above Raina a little bit, maybe at the end, but I think Raina's glutes are just
yeah.
too good, and her conditioning and presence and everything was spot on. So
I mean, she just needs to win one more show to qualify. She won a show in Brazil, and
for
she got
sure.
points from the she got points from the what's it called? What's the one that you did, the East Coast Pro?
Oh
She
yeah.
took third there.
Wait, no, she didn't do that show. Not the one with
East Coast
me.
Pro, yeah, she did.
Mm-mm. I
I
didn't
believe
see her
so.
this year.
What?
Here, it was a different.
I'm
It might have been
positive.
up there, but it wasn't that one because I would have like remembered her being in the call out with me because I got sixth. Watch me be like the biggest asshole and like she'd be in a picture with me. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't remember that. No, it was a. Wait, she did?
East Coast.
Well, no, we didn't talk. I
Oh,
usually talk
how?
to everybody. I don't remember her even being there, and I've seen this picture a billion times. Sorry, boo. Well, yeah, I don't. I remember talking to her at all. I did 5 in a row back to back, so my brain is so like was kind of mixed
Oh,
up
that's
at once.
okay.
But yeah, so yeah, she got points from that. But didn't she get another one too, right around there? I thought there was
Yeah, but
another one.
she won the Brazil show. It was 1 week after the Olympia, so it was like the Olympia Amateur like Muscle Contest Brazil.
That's so crazy. I
It's
just
it was
totally
it
blew
was
my
in
mind. Thought she
October.
wasn't there.
Yeah,
I was like, no, she didn't. You're
yeah.
like, watch. So I always had to joke with my friends. I'm like, I'm always when I say stuff, it's either really, really right or I say something confidently that's like so wrong. It's like it's either one or the other. Like the best, most insightful thing, or like, nope, not true. And I'm like, well, it's not real. But I was like, I don't remember that, I guess. But now I kind of maybe remember like waving in the check-in line or something. But normally I say hi and talk to people. I just don't have a. I mean, didn't I guess. Um,
Okay.
Damn it. I remember Bernadette saying that one thing. She's like, your suit cost you your placing. I got sixth or seventh, I guess, then if it wasn't sixth. I was like, damn, it sucks. So that was a
What
good
was
show.
wrong with your suit at the East Coast Pro?
So we talked about it on my thing, I think, for a second, but Bernadette told me it was too low in the hips. There was too much coverage in the back. The way it was fitting on my glutes wasn't great. And then, like, the top wasn't really very flattering either. So I changed it after that.
Hmm.
But we'll,
Okay.
it's not about me anyways. But do you want to look at them in comparisons like one more time for a sec?
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
the last,
Yeah.
maybe like
We
right
could
when
do that.
what about the confirmation round? I think that'd be good for people to see, and then we can whatever we can do.
I also have a close up of the confirmation round as well. So this is the second call out. Then we can go. This is confirmation right here. Let me go back to.
Damn, Raina's glutes are just
Yeah.
that mission is crazy. It's great.
Okay, here we go.
And let's just see if you notice kind of the Phoebe's front post I was talking about a little bit with the leg being a little sideways, waist kind of. She looks nearly nice and statuesque there. Shoulders look super round. See, everyone's got
Like
a
these
little bit
three
more
have almost the
coverage.
same height.
I know. I was thinking
These
same
three
hair,
have the
same
same
height.
height.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's definitely more coverage in the back on these suits. I just want to make sure everyone hears that again because I wrote it down immediately. Actually, I like Ashley started looking a little bit more like full later in the day, and all I think that's where she
Yeah.
got fourth because right here, like you were saying during prejudging, she was a little too lean. Raina's like leg being sideways like that too is going to show. So look at that volume we got in those glutes. Like what she does when she does the transition to go to the back. That's kind of what the front post needs to be feeling like with the leg. Like I don't know if she's ever if I ever get a chance to tell her that, but those glutes are so nuts. We need to see them from the front. Yeah, Phoebe's roundness is she's super round and full up top, and shoulders lat ratio is great. I love it. It just shows you that they still need a taper. We still need muscle.
Here we go for their top three.
Yeah. See, I love that color on
Like
Amy.
you could see,
I love that color. It's so cute.
like you could see how dark her Laura Lee's tan is compared to Amy's. Do you think Ashley's tan was a little lighter, or is it like okay for her?
I think it was good for her because she's like me, like really pale.
Yeah.
Like so, that's probably a good color for her. I wouldn't want her to get muddy.
Yeah, I was actually saying that in my recap. I was like, I feel like
Yeah.
that maybe it works for her skin tone.
We kind of have to stop there almost,
Yeah.
unless because that is. I will say now, looking at it more, that is a little too dark on Laura Lee, just because, like I said, I'm a pro tan person. Like I can tell there's a lot of super dark in there. There's a little red tone, which is the darker one. Yeah. So there's a couple shades. But anyway, it's kind of like not doing her much favors because imagine if like the glutes were a little lighter, they might look a little, everything might look a little bit more comparable, like right up the, a little bit more impressive if they weren't as dark potentially. But I'm never not a fan of a dark tan. So let me just say that.
Yeah.
I love Amy's tan. I think it's perfect. Jamie, you guys did great. That's a perfect tan. She asked me, she'll tell me stuff like, that's your department sometimes. I'm like, no. I look at Ashlyn's. The Ashlyn's color looks nice. Honestly, I think if it was too dark, it would probably like
Yeah.
look a little bit too disjointed from her face. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. So I'm looking at it again. I'm like, I'm thinking it works for her and it's with her skin tone. But when I'm looking at them from back, let me rewind.
It's kind of making Laura Lee's glutes look like you don't get to see as much of the separation because you can see where the tan kind of is off the skin a little bit, where the booty and the leg meet when you're standing normal. So you just got that line there, that kind of lighter line. I call it like a smiley. you know.
I felt like she had the biggest delts in the back from versus everyone else.
Mm-hmm. Amy's are pretty big
But
also,
notice it.
or for like herself. But I think just with her working on that, moving her shoulders back, like that's what I'm prioritizing. It looks like I don't even have any in my back pose right now because I'm so tight in the front. So like, I think Lori Lee's also just a little bit taller, but Amy can still keep working on that too because she's got them.
But I felt like
Sorry.
Amy was very full and kept it. Amy, when they were walking back, you could see like Amy was very full, like she wasn't dropping.
Mm-hmm.
Like look closely. I remember seeing it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think they're gonna rotate her next.
Yeah. I remember saying this as it was going. I said they're about to move. They move Ashlyn in. I said they'll move Amy back. Just wait. And then it was because She just looks so good. Other times I've seen her have a lot of her hair be a little bit like bigger too, like larger, like more volume Amy's. And I like this because it's not too much. It's still like very beautiful and like girly and feminine, but it's
Yeah.
not like so much. And Ashlyn too, I think has worn a little bit of a lot of hair before too. I mean, we all have done that. I'm just saying this is good. See, on the live stream, Ashlyn looked a little bit tighter to me in the back. That's why I was asking you
Yeah.
what your thoughts were when you saw it.
No, she was good. I just felt like, and she brought everything up. Like, this is really improved. In the comparisons, better than her individual.
Mm-hmm.
So they had them here for a brief moment just to like evaluate them all. And you're right. I mean, I didn't really look at it as much because I was watching everything in motion, but the fabric, yeah, they do have more in the back
Mm-hmm.
versus being it's so sheer and thin.
Or like thin.
I don't know who
Just
your
like
suit sponsor is, but yeah.
my toxic.
You're toxic too? Okay, use code PBNN. Just say. I mean, 7 girls had toxic suits here, so let's see. Yeah, so I guess that's all. At the finals, I felt like everyone brought the improvements because they had from this. It started around like they ended around like 11:30, so I felt like everyone within 8 hours really changed things up, and I think Bikini didn't go on for their individuals until like 8 something, and then like around 9 after they did the other classes, then Bikini did awards. So
Are you there?
yeah, just seeing how Amy won, how emotional she got, it was so awesome to see.
Can you hear me?
And I mean, yeah, I could hear you.
Okay, because it kicked me off for a second. I was totally gone for a second.
So yeah, I felt like how everyone brought the improvements, but I felt like at the prejudging, it's like you had to show up on point. But everybody looked so good; they looked fresh. No one was flat. No one came in like way off. This is what I feel like. This show was so well ran. It's like, that's why. And I've said this, and I know I'm going to probably die on a hill saying this. I think it should be top 20 at the
For what?
Olympia, or like 25 at least for like Bikini, Classic, and Men's Physique, because we have the other, because Bikini has to go last.
Oh,
I remember, and I had my guess, yeah, and they don't go on to like they didn't go on to like 145. And you're like I said, by that time, like you have to have a couple, like you have a couple meals in you. It's like you have to have the. That's why this is what I care. Like I don't care who's judging. I care about how many people are going to go up, how many classes I got to wait for, how many people are in the class, what number am I, so I can be prepared. Like I'm ready to go. That's what I mostly care about most of the time. Is with my athletes, even your athletes. I'm just like, okay, when are we going? What time is it? Like you'll start seeing people like, oh no, I got to get a pump, and they'll start, eating gummy bears or start,
Don't do all that
taking
to yourself,
pre-workout.
y'all. Have someone, if you don't know, like with you that can kind of help you not stress, please.
I've seen it backstage. I'm just like, why are they dry scooping pre-workout? I'm like, why are they, and they're eating like the little gummy bears or their rice cakes. I'm
this
just
will be
like,
its own podcast.
like, and then they're getting a full pump. Like they're getting a whole workout backstage because they're waiting all that time. It's like, I'm going to lose my pump. I'm going to look flat. And I'm like, you're going to come in way vascular, and and I'm like, this girl looked good. And then she started like pumping and backstage and like almost like a whole workout. And I'm like, what are you doing?
If you're ready, it's literally just a tiny bit more food or less, or a little bit more or less of a workout than what you already are doing. There really shouldn't be anything else crazy happening. Ask Jamie. She's like, just like, nope, we're not gonna even change the water, because it's like, why would you do something different? You should just look ready. Like, drink the water you normally do. Oh my God, weird. And Paul was the same way. So I just remember that, just saying that. But yeah, if you get me started on this topic,
at least with this show, with
that part of my business is show momming. So like 30 weekends out of the year, I'm backstage with these people, maybe 20 something, closer to 30 on 52 weeks in the year. Yeah. Don't do what anyone else is doing. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing. That's all I can say. Please. I've seen everything.
Yeah.
It'll get me started.
And that's a good point, because I was going to say, like, this is the one show where like some of the coaches can go backstage at the Olympia. They can't.
Oh yeah.
So now you have to communicate with like either AirPod or like walkie talkies or something like that.
I've thought forever about putting an earbud in my
Because
client's ears so I could be like, hold your abs in instead of screaming for the audience, like, now, chest
like backstage they can have, but when you're on stage you can't be like
I wish.
yelling at them.
I was like, I wish I could
Backstage you
always
can't have an
force it like that.
AirPod. Like on stage you can't have an AirPod.
But imagine if you did. I was just saying how cool that'd be. Like, if I could be like, all right, John, now put chest up a little higher, shoulders down. Look at the judge, smile. He's looking like, I wish that he was like that with football or something, but in bodybuilding, everyone's like, you should get like a. I'm like, I wish.
I mean, you'll have the coaches. You'll have coaches like in like the seating and the like telling them like, hold,
I used to do
get
that
it.
a lot
Like
more.
I had Allison Kramer on. I would tell her her posing coach was like, yeah, Allison, hold up, die, hold, yeah. And then when Allison was compared to Michelle, like, and I remember, you'll love that episode what I had with her when they had that top 2 confirmation, she walked up, she's like, she's like,
Yes.
yeah.
Now
And
I
the
try
coach
to
like,
be like,
yeah,
if
come
I'm in the
on.
audience, I'll be like doing these hand signals and stuff, and I'll stand up and do things. But like, and in my Carolina people, they know my judges that I'm friends with. I'll still yell sometimes and scream and be really loud, but they don't really like that. And honestly, you should just be prepared. You should be screaming at your athlete. But honestly, if you have to, you have to, and it's okay. We do what we got to do, you know. But yeah, so that's all. Yeah, just don't be worried about what other people are
Do you
doing
want to briefly,
backstage. How's that? That's all.
yeah. Do you want to briefly touch on the? I know you have until like 11, but do you want to briefly look at the Brazil show? I think it's going to come down to top 2 girls. There's only 8 in the show.
I actually don't have a call at 11 today. It's just my office hours start, so we can go past if we need to. But yeah, I looked at the list.
So we have a small list.
I pulled up their like a stage shot of each of them from last time, or they're on stage.
Well, I could tell you 2 things. One of them has a pro win. She needs to qualify. One of them's an Olympian, and she was Olympia this past year, and she's actually going to be doing the Arnold UK. So Nivea, she actually competed in the US. I think she did. You remember her? She took second to Alice Rocha.
This is causing me so much anxiety. I got caught off again. It just keeps telling me there's like a ticket.
Oh, your volume?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Oh, there's your volume.
It keeps telling me there's like a ticket or like something's wrong with like the server, and it just keeps shutting off and like restarting. I don't know. And this is oh yeah, this is for this weekend. Okay. Oh yeah, I did do this show with this girl. I was there. I remember that. That is what I did. I remember her. I don't remember her name though, but we did that. Nivea, yeah, Nivea, I think. Oh yeah.
I like how she's smiling. She's happy to be on stage.
She's beautiful. Her face is gorgeous. I feel like she's really pretty. Really nice structure. Pull up that again.
She has what's this one?
Yeah,
the video.
Posing. Yeah, that's cool.
I think when I look at her, I don't know if this is crazy to say. I feel like she's like a miniature Lauralee with the glutes.
No, I was just about to say she's a smaller version of I wasn't sure yet, but she was like, she looks like it's familiar. But no, I know what you're saying. Similar with the legs and the upper body, actually, feedback 2 wise. That back post is a little wide. She's kind of flattening her glutes out just a little bit right there, showing a little bit too much waist and pelvis right here. But overall, she just needs to make sure to hold that front pose a little longer and then keep her shoulders real full and come at us with that upper body a little bit and make sure the glutes are popping in the front. And she can do some damage. She's got a nice structure for sure. I think I like to see her hair a little wavy though, instead of straight like that one.
Yeah. She was second to Ashley in the Argentina show.
Nice. Okay. Looks great right there. But their tans are a little light right there. What do you think?
I think that it depends on like structure as well, because the other girl, she's very like, I could show you who I think is most likely going to. But she's done pretty well against the other girl. Bruna is her name.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll pull her up as well. But I look at her like great presentation, great physique. I do think that she is a little thicker in the waist, but she has great glutes.
And I don't really want to necessarily
like
say
you can't
thick,
take
more
your
like
eye off
wide.
her. Yeah, yeah. Like she has great presentation.
Face is so
Like she's
pretty.
happy to be on stage.
Beautiful smile. She's got good energy. That's a nice color.
I know, right?
Yeah, I remember her doing it. Yeah.
I felt the Olympia. She looked a little too dark,
Yeah, that's a little dark. That back pose needs a little.
but this was her first one. Yeah,
Right, I remember that. I remember them saying that. Hair looks nice and shiny, healthy.
I do think she just needs a little bit more leg.
Yeah, we needed more inner.
She needs a little bit more leg. That's why I kind of feel like with Laura Lee,
adductor. We need adductor and a little bit more like
because it looks like her
hamstring.
glutes overpower. Yeah,
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
yeah.
Skin texture, hair, face,
So
beautiful.
then I'll show you Bruna. Okay, Bruna. Now this one you'll be surprised with. So she turned pro in 24. She did her debut, took second, then she won the next show, and then I think she was in that Argentina show, she took 8th. Let me see what her
Side shots
stage
I see right
photo.
there.
This was the show she won.
Oh, yeah, I've seen her. Okay.
Her first show was against, actually she took second to Sharon actually. But I felt like when her first show, this was from her first show. She just needed to fix her makeup.
You see.
This Argentina show was so dark.
Why am I not looking at those? Sorry. Hold on.
Here we go.
I hate those big square numbers when they do that. I have a few of them like that. We need a little bit more volume in that glute in the front pose. Look at that, like black and white right there. Like, see what I'm saying? Like that's that leg being straight and kind of. We're not getting the. I always call it like a C shape coming off the like a side, like a half circle that we kind of want to see coming off the body, kind of like 3D instead of sitting in the hip bone, which kind of brings it closer to you.
This is for me. So
get that volume out, which we need to see more. That's a great core. Nice
like I said it for her because she's longer legs. I feel like she has amazing like structure, basic waist. I just feel like because she's longer limbed, she just needs more glutes.
Her body right there.
And it looks like she's been working on that.
Does she remind you of Jess Dalias, kind of shape wise in the front a little bit, just there? Because Jess has got those longer limbs.
I don't think like necessarily
not there, but just a second.
But Jess's torso is a little shorter.
So she was just appearing like more leggy instead of even, I guess. Does it make sense? What I'm saying?
The thing with Jess is her torso is a little shorter. Her torso is well proportionate.
Yes.
So I think
that, it kind of gave me.
So I think she's on the younger side.
She looks. Needs a little bit more density, I think, overall, probably just in general, just to keep being successful.
Yeah.
Feel more width up top too, always.
But she won a show, so she's won a show. She's up in the points.
More than I've done.
So let's see, these are the other girls.
Yeah, I saw this earlier. Yeah.
I don't know much about them, but I do know about Nevaeh and Bruna. So I would say it's most likely going to be, and I know it's a small list, it's a short list, but I would say most likely it's going to be between those two because let's see points.
Pull a little group up picture up again when you
pull up. Okay, Bruna.
There you go. I don't know. The first girlie, what was her name again? Sorry, was it Nivea?
Yeah. Nivea, yeah. I
feel like she'll probably have a good chance at winning it because of her track record and because of the improvements she'll probably end up making from the Olympia. We like to see her a little fuller, right, and a little bit more tissue. So we'll see how she looks. Because she just kind of has the track record and like.
And I just think for her, yeah, and I definitely think that Bruna just needs just more glutes. But it's just going to be on who shows up best. Who do they like?
I'm
But I would
thinking
say
just
most
gonna.
likely those two are most likely going to take it
Yeah, I don't recognize.
because they were last on stage in if they were last on stage in December, so now they have like 3 months to
Mhm.
if they took some time off and then come back and then
You
so
can do a
I guess
lot
we'll
in a
see.
shorter amount of time. It just, it depends on how responsive they are and all kinds of other stuff. So, I mean, I feel like that Nevaeh, Nevaeh, she's, if she does what, I mean,
Yeah.
if I have in my head, I could see her being able to win. Now, will I say she's going to win? I don't know. It just depends on how everyone else does everything, like you said. But it'd be
Let's
easier to kind of
see.
predict it
Nivea
when
has
they've been
11
competing more
points.
recently. All of them, but
Yeah. I mean, Nivea has competed in the US. She did
yeah.
Southern
Besides her, I
Muscle
mean, like
and then she
other
did the
than her,
Olympia. So she
no.
has so
The other ones, I just don't know because I haven't seen them.
Bruna. Yeah. Another thing is they haven't competed anywhere outside of
Mm.
anywhere outside of South America. So and that's another thing that's difficult for overseas girls. Is like we see them. It's hard for them to kind of get into the U.S. But if they can somehow get into the U.S. and see what it's like and understand the criteria, it would give them much better feedback so that they can get here. And talking to Sandy about, and I was talking to Sandy about saying how those girls in Asia in fit model they look amazing, and she's like, "Oh my
Yeah.
goodness,
What'd
they
she
were just
say?
unreal."
She probably
And I
agreed that
wish
they
they
were
could
perfect
compete.
for a fit
And
model.
I wish she thinks that they're built for this, and she's like, "I wish they could come here and compete." And I said, "Well, I hope so,"
That's what you said. You're like, they're made for this.
but yeah, I mean, I've said this multiple times across other podcasts that I've had and other episodes. I felt like every region in the world, since we're international now, so every region in the world has like their strengths at certain divisions. I mean, here in the U.S., we're great at bikini. I mean, they're great athletes. Our Miss Olympia winners are from Canada, Norway, Brazil, and what's her? We have Laura and Jen, we're Canadian. Issa's Brazilian.
There's
And
Angelica.
then you
So
have
they're
Maureen, she's yeah. Angelica's a Brazilian as well. Maureen is Philippines, lives in Norway, lived in US. Now she's living out in Bali, but she's Filipino. So we have all types of people from all types of background. You're looking at figure now, half the girls are German that are like
mhm.
because they're more harder and more dense. Um, and then you have South America, which is wellness, because I think they're really built for that. And then you have like Asia, South Korea, Japan, which are great for fit model. I mean,
Perfect
most of
for
the girls that were made in that turned pro and fit model were from South Korea, China, Japan. So, and that girl Ariam who got 6 was a bikini, and then this is great for her. She doesn't have to get so lean and so conditioned and more muscular. So I'm looking at them like I think this is what they're built for, and I'm interested to see what Taiwan looks like. And I definitely think some of those girls that did well at the Japan Pro gonna be trying to go for the win there. If they could just improve slightly, even the third place girl, Hygiene, I definitely think
hmm
she could qualify. So
How many? When
it'll
is
be
that? Is
interesting to
it
see. And it'll be
May?
interesting to see if any
Does that show in May? Taiwan? When is it?
Taiwan's gonna be April. Yeah. Taiwan's gonna be first week of April. So
Okay, since the
when
fourth.
is Charlotte April 4th?
Yes, I'll be
Yeah.
there. I got a couple clients in that show. So
So
yeah,
and there's
I need to call that guy.
okay. So
Yes,
then
I
you
do
have
need to be there
that.
for the
Then you
show.
have a couple South Korea shows. So
Yes.
I definitely think that you're going to have a lot of them from that, and it's great. I mean, they're growing. It's growing. I mean, the fashion, the freedom, athletic, new tech. You know, they. I will say this. I think that this division is definitely built for, and I definitely think they're going to be contenders at the Olympic. But every show for fit model is going to be so competitive. I guarantee every show is not going to have less than 40 in it.
It is going to be Bikini circa 2014, 2013, 12. Like it's just like that. It's just like that. I mean,
Yeah,
that's how. I mean, the first show I ever went to myself and competed, there were 27 girls in my class for bikini. And I thought that was normal. Like, I thought that's how all shows were. And I did it in Tennessee. And then I went back to Georgia where I was living in Atlanta and did like some shows. And they were not that big, but I mean, we had in the teens, even at like tinier market at the time, like every class. So, I mean, it was like, oh gosh, like so many people. Like that's why when people are talking about turning pro, I'm like, y'all don't understand how easy you've had it the last like few years until now. Again, it's getting to be more saturated, which is great. I'm like, we used to have
yeah,
like 30 people you have to beat, not 8 or 12. Like, what are you talking about? Like, and then you had to win your class. I didn't get a second place pro card. Like, so just to me, sometimes I'm like, y'all don't understand how hard it is. So yeah, I think fit models can be competitive for a long time.
There are levels to this. I mean,
For
you've
sure.
done this for over 12. You've done this for
Well, I've done
12 years. There
12
are
years
levels
now.
from
Yeah.
like amateur to
Yes.
as from amateur to pro. Like you've been competing as a pro now since 2019. So you've went through it as an amateur. You went through it as the pros. And what I feel like people need to understand is that there are levels to it. There is a huge gap between MPC amateur to the pro league, and then get to the Olympia level. That's like you're not. The last time a 20-year-old was in the top 10 was Isa when she did her first Olympia.
Right.
So you're not seeing a 20-year-old girl in the top 10 at the Olympia.
No.
Even if they do qualify, it's like you're seeing the more mature, more experienced. Like they're now like the best girls right now are in like their
Late
early
30s.
30s. Like even if they're
No.
starting out,
Like
yeah,
late
early
mid
30s.
30s. Like I'm saying it because that's my age. Like I'm 36. Ashley and I are the same age. Like Amy and I, like we're all a similar age. Like Ashlyn's and Jasmine and I are the same age. Like we're all the same age. So it's like early. Like they might be a few years. I might be a
Yeah.
little older, so maybe like 33, 32. But like you're in your 30s. Like you're not gonna win the Olympia in your 20s. Like it doesn't look like you can't look like Courtney King did. But that was then. But I'm just
Courtney,
saying,
Issa,
or Issa too. Yeah. But
Jen was 25.
pretty young.
Jen was
Yeah.
25.
So like
Ashley was 24.
Angelica, 37 or 8 now. I mean, like, the better you, as long as you take care of yourself and everything, like, I feel myself, I get better every year. Like, it's regardless of what pop culture tells you, and I don't do anything crazy, and I've been competing a lot. So that tells you something. Imagine if I didn't, I'm sure I would look like even younger. But, yeah. So don't, if anyone made it this far, it's like, it is not go win an overall, then get your pro car. Like, if that's great, but why do you even want to go that fast? Because once you get there, you're going to be starting all over at the bottom of the barrel again, unless
Yeah.
you're like a phenom, which is very few and far between. Where there's some of those people that have that trajectory, but otherwise, it's like you're robbing yourself of all this learning and evolving you could be doing. So I haven't prioritized myself as a student of the bikini division myself other than for my clients in the last 5 years, which is why I haven't made it there yet. And I've just been working so much, and I haven't really been focusing on myself as an athlete as much until now. So I will make it up into these places eventually, as long as I can do work, be a great coach too, which I can. But I'm just saying that's my plan, is to get there finally. But it does take a long time. After 12 years, I might go to the Olympia. So, this doesn't happen
Yeah.
the first time for most people at all. And even if, let me just say one more thing about that. If you have a really fast trajectory, I'm thinking of a couple individuals down, or that I know of that are kind of taking time off right now. You go real fast, up, you win, get nothing but first place, and you kind of just have this experience. Well, then when you start having the real experience, which you're not going to win forever, unless you're like Ronnie Coleman or someone, or Ashley, she doesn't win all the time. Like, you don't know how to handle that, and it just becomes like a different experience. Like, you don't know how to handle the tough grit of bodybuilding. Like, all you've had is a high. So now you're like, shit. And then they drop off usually.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Usually those people quit. They can't handle it.
I mean,
It's
even
better to
Ronnie,
have
his
it.
first Olympia, he didn't place.
Right. And
Yeah,
that's
Ronnie,
okay.
his first Olympia, he didn't place. He did not place
Yeah, no, Ronnie didn't
15th,
have a whole
11th.
trajectory. Let me just say, yes. He didn't have a trajectory. It was like that the whole time. I just mean, like,
Yeah.
after he got there. So that might be a good example.
He got top 6, and then he dropped back to 9th, and then the next year he won. But like everyone went through it. Like, I feel like people just they
Like,
have
for
this
example,
like, I always
Ronnie
win. They won it fast.
was like the biggest winner of all time. Him and Dexter both won tons and tons of shows, but they didn't have the easy trajectory. So they were able to outlast and go back and make improvements.
Yeah.
Like, they don't fall from grace. It's just a different placing this time. Like, I've only had 4 first places ever out of 40 something shows. 4, John. Okay. So this is not for winning. Definitely not. So it's like, it's okay. Like, even Jay Cutler. Jay is a person I've worked with, like, or not, I've bumped into professionally a bunch more, like, because he has a show here in Virginia, and I've actually got to speak with them, and Lee Haney too in Georgia. But Jay said after 100 shows, there's one show where he liked his physique. One, over 100 shows. One, dude. So like, you're never going to be happy anyway. So it's like, might as well just enjoy this process. This process has to be what you like, because otherwise you're probably not going to win, and you're probably not going to like your pictures, even if you look amazing. Like, I'm sure half those girls hate their pictures. And me saying even the little baby things I pointed out about their front pose or something, I'm sure they're like, trust me, I feel the same way. But it's nothing but love. But also, like, just take the opportunity, y'all.
Yeah.
To learn. And you're doing that right now. You're totally a student of the sport. Like, Tell me about classic
Yeah, I
physique.
mean,
Like,
I
you feel
understand.
like
Like,
that? You feel this passionately? Obviously, I mean, do you study all of it, or is it just more like you like women's divisions, or you also like the one that you do and keep up with it, or both?
I love all the women's divisions. I love, working with women and training with them, and I love classic physique. Obviously, that's my division. I love the posing and the artistry. I love how they put effort into their posing. I was even telling Andrea Shaw, like, one thing I like about you is that you're memorable. It's like you're posing, like your music,
Yes.
everything. Um, that's what I like, and I put effort into that, and me seeing what they're rewarding now, it's like, okay, if I'm in a tough class with, with my height in class B, I have to
Yes.
make sure, and even just being with my teammates and seeing how they look and seeing how the guys look, I'm like, if I want to ever be a pro and to like compete at that level, I have to really do something like to make myself stand out and make myself like not be overlooked. Because when
Mm-hmm.
you have 50 guys, my coach Justin Badgerina, he went through it for many years, and then he got 14th, and then he got first calls, he got ninth place. Um, he took second in his class at Universe in 2019, and
That's a big feeling. That's a
he
good
went through
feeling.
it,
I
but
was
now
there.
I could consider
I
him.
was there that year. That's the
Yeah.
first time I got a first call out at nationals. I got fifth there, and I was over the moon. I was so hyped. Oh my god! I finally broken in. I got middle of second call outs so many other times. I was like,
But
yes.
yeah, yeah, but I'm realistic with myself where it's like I think that it's doable to turn pro if as long as I dedicate and have the discipline. I do think that I can relate to clients. I can help. I can guide them. I feel like me. My purpose. I feel like now for people coming up is like being that mentor of saying, hey, you got to go through it. This is not turn pro, win a show, go to the O. I know that kind of sounds wrong. That rhymes, right? But
It's
that's the
not that
mentality. If
though.
they want it quick, it's
Mm-mm.
like if you want to
Never.
be, if you want to go far in this, if you want to be at the best, at the highest level, you have to know what it's like to go
You got
through
to be ready
all
to
that.
lose.
Like there are
You got
levels
to
to
be
this.
ready
I
to
mean,
lose.
me,
Hmm.
yeah.
It's
You know
okay.
what? And I
It
will say
helps
this. I
you.
actually wanted to touch on this. Losing is not a bad thing.
No, it helps
Losing is
you.
not a bad thing. You can,
Mm-mm.
like, if you don't make that Saturday night finals, what are you going to do? Be upset? Or you like, let's say you get to Olympia, you don't make the Saturday night finals. What are you going to do? Be upset? Say, oh well, this isn't for me. Or you know what? Buy a ticket to go to the finals and just
Yeah.
look at the people who beat you in that top 10 and look at them and go and say, okay, this is what I need to work on. You know what? I didn't like how I did this year. I'm gonna work better, and I'm gonna come back to where I'm gonna be on that stage, and I'm gonna be on that final stage eventually.
Can you imagine
And
it being that person getting 11th or something and knowing that that's what happens and still getting pissy and then being ungrateful and not taking advantage of the full situation that you were an Olympian athlete anyway? Like, to me, when people apologized to me that time when I got fifth, because everyone thought I was about to go turn pro at Universe, that show we were just talking about, I was like, they're like, I'm so sorry or whatever. And I'm like, why? It's great. It's okay. Like, I got fifth. I had to wait until 1 a.m. To get my little, or 12:45 to get my fifth play. I didn't care because, and I have girls ask me this sometimes, so I have to go back and in nationals when they don't get first call out. I'm like, yes, you're still in second call out. I was in second call out for years, but they still saw me. Trust me, they moved me right. Like they moved me every time. No, you have to go. You like be great, please. This is a learning. This is a sport of evolution and going back to the drawing board and going back to the lab and going back to the drawing board and going back to the lab, going back to the drawing board and going back to the lab because you're looking for perfect. No one's perfect, so you're gonna keep going back. It's okay, you know.
yeah,
Like if I'm pissed off if I don't get really harsh feedback and criticism, I need to like tell me exactly what to do. Not like harsh, but just very specific. Like if you can't take it and you can't hear about your structure and how what God gave you, how it may not be right for this, but you got to do some other stuff. This isn't for you either. It's not a compliment
yeah,
contest or a compliment place. I think a lot of people want
yeah.
that.
No, that was really good. And listen, I really think that people can learn from this. Not just us talking about just the shows, but also our experiences and how we've learned and how we gone through it. I really love doing these, by the way, Lauren. So
Yeah.
I
Just so you know,
appreciate you
like,
coming on. I really do. Thank you for, yeah.
of course. But I was gonna say, like, what I've been wanting to do for a while, and as I keep working toward it, is like have a podcast, not necessarily like be like pigeonhole myself into this topic, but have men and women and whoever just come on, people that are OGs, as you said, or just people that have been to, and just talk about this stuff. Like, y'all, get your head up ass. Like, you're not going to get your pro card right away. Oh my God. let's go ahead and break up with that, because guess what? It's going to take a long time, and that is okay. Like, let's be obsessed with bodybuilding for what it is, not for the results of like that day. Honestly, show day is so miserable for most people compared to everything else. That's why I created a whole business around like trying to make it a little bit better and like control the variables you can, because it is literally so many things that could happen and go against you. So it's like, why make it harder on yourself psychologically anyway, you know? So it's just, it's a topic I feel very strongly about. That, and then also I want to talk about like real life experiences while in prep, and like why people are doing this, and kind of what people's whys are. And let's get away from like, oh, like Instagram's awesome, but like we're not doing this for algorithm, for followers, for likes, and all that stuff. Most people aren't, that stay in it a long time anyways, that have longevity. So anytime you want to talk about other stuff, and when I start doing that, eventually I'll let you know. But yeah, thanks. Sorry for letting me talk.
Yeah,
So much.
that's what we're going to do. We don't want to make this just bikini, just about body. We could talk about anything in general, just life and, you know, things and experiences that people could actually learn from. And I definitely think that's something, you know, I call this the Greater Than Ever podcast, because people can learn how to be greater than ever. So, you know, that's what the interview side of things. But that's one thing I always wanted to do, is just bring value. Yeah.
Yes. Well, what about we're talking about like, this is a big passion topic of mine. So I'm having my 7th annual competitor seminar and posing clinic this year in the Carolinas in a few weeks. I've been doing it every year. I get judges and vendors to come, and all the athletes in the area come. People travel sometimes too. Somewhere we'll have like 20 people. Sometimes we'll have 70. It just kind of depends. But so far, I don't think we have quite that many yet. Maybe that's 20 or something. So we still got a few more weeks. But anyway, like kind of just talking about where like I don't know, kind of how to keep the right mindset, I guess, and like coaching people more, and like that, when, because of all the bad coaching that's out there, and like bad coaching experiences, bad protocol, dangerous protocol, especially drug protocol, like just like the I hate to say it, but like the darker, could be darker side of it, that some people kind of take advantage of others and they get in there. So I'm really big on protecting the girls from like encountering all this kind of stuff. And if we don't have to, I will talk about it. You know, I'll just say like, you always need to do your research. You always need this, because I've almost been killed by a coach before. I think I talked about it during my interview, and been in some dangerous situations before. So anytime we talk about the good, bad, and ugly of prep, the show day, any of that stuff, like I love it. So one of the things I would like to do in the future is like a little webinar series of like show day do's and don'ts, like, and it's stuff that seems so like elementary, but to some, but then also some things you might just need a reminder of. So yeah, anything creative I'm about. So just keep your noodles, keep noodling, keep your juices flowing up there. But anything else you want to talk about as far as like this, the Arnold today? We can talk about the men if you want.
No, I think we covered it pretty good. And I mean, I had Brandon Hendrickson winning. He won. And Wesley, I felt like he was the guy to win. He was the guy to win. And, you know, with the whole Mike Sommerfeld with the weight cap and stuff. I mean, it's just like, you know, it's hard for me to speak on that.
What's the guy with the ankle tattoo? What's his name? The black shorts with a graphic on it with the shaved head. He looked really good, but I hated that suit so much. It was trunks. He had like a big ankle tattoo.
For what division?
Oh, sorry, I'm talking about men's.
Oh, Vitor, the Brazil guy.
I thought you were talking about men's physique.
Men's physique, yeah, Vitor.
He looked really good. I want to say to that dude, you look awesome.
But
just change that suit. It distracts with the ankle tattoo. It just threw me off, and it was too dark. That's all. But his body was on, and then Brandon.
He's won the DC Pro a couple times. And he's a top 10 Olympian. Vitor, but he always does like this thing when he walks out and he was like he's like, he always does that thing. I'm sorry, just like, get to the point, stop dancing. Like he's like doing this like,
yeah, I saw that. Yeah, when he comes out,
I get it. That's his personality.
Yeah. Sorry, I've got one of my girls that's bugging me right now. Sorry, go down. Yeah, he came out and was like, "Hello," and I was just kind of like, "Okay, well," but you can see that he's from a different. It's. I think it's probably a more cultural way of expressing yourself. I would say. Our guy from down here. He's
from Brazil. Yeah.
He looked awesome, so I just want to give a shout out to him because he looked great. He's one of Mike's guys.
Oh, Manuel Hunter, yeah, dude. He's my boy. I actually have to send him I actually was talking to him, and yeah,
she's a fit.
Yeah, I actually had Liz on as well, and Liz is going to be a great fit model pro. I think she's going to qualify this year. But I actually have to send Emmanuel, and thank you for mentioning that. I actually have to send him.
I need to send her a message because I'm having my clinic, and she's a new pro, so I need to ask her to come. Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Okay.
So let me write that down because that's in a couple of weeks. Okay, Liz. I'll be hitting you up, girl. But yeah, Emmanuel's having his first show too down here in August, I think, or July. So that's exciting too. So he's going to be a promoter too. So good for him.
He's doing the Hunter Classic. I think it's in Alabama.
Yeah.
It's in Alabama. And it's going to be like in like October. I think it's going to be in
Yes.
October.
I haven't actually had it on one of my tabs I had open, but yeah. So we'll be doing the,
He's like, I'll send you a hoodie that's embroidered if you give me that Spartan long sleeve. I'm like, let me know your address. I'll pack it up, send it to you.
We'll make an exchange. Yeah,
All
and
right.
also just so you know, for your own purposes, like not that I need to, but if you ever want to like go in there and look at guy stuff, I can do the same thing with men's posing. I do it all the time. I just choose not to pose men because I don't want to, because not you, of course, but guys are gross, and I don't want any more dudes having my number. I've had male competitor clients in the past, and I started getting asked for, so like Coach Lauren, like, you want to get some tacos or something? Like, no, I don't want to. So so I don't pose men, but if you ever want to like look at stuff and just kind of break it down, I can do that. And it won't sound silly, but yeah, a lot of people don't like to hear.
Listen,
stuff
I look at
being
female
athlete.
athletes as like competitors.
Like until people realize, like when they talk to me and stuff, they're like, okay, because no one wants to really get posing advice from just like some bikini girl, until they kind of know, like they understand that I know like just how what's supposed to be and all that stuff. It's fun. I can look at yours too if you ever want. Just give you a couple tips. Not that you don't have a great posing coach, I'm sure, but
Right.
just it's like little tiny things like body stuff that maybe.
I mean, I listen and see what other people have to say, and I kind of like come up with that conclusion. Like I'm working with Justin as my posing coach because he's a close friend, and he's a top guy. Badgerina.
Oh yeah, your coach. Okay.
Badgerina. And I have considered KJ center stage because Joey, he can look at Joey and Christina, they can work with any division, any body type, and they could tell you what poses look good on you, what doesn't.
That's just
he'll tell you what you don't want to hear, but he's like, if you want to present your physique, it's like they know how to present their physique, and when they go to a national stage, they do that so well.
Right. Like when when people say they're a posing coach, I just want to make sure I say, you can take this soundbite for whatever if you want, but when people say, if someone markets themselves as a posing coach, you can teach poses. Sure, anyone can do that. But understanding how to make the body do what you want it to do and how to explain it to someone where they can understand it and apply it also, that is different. So there's not that many of us that do it that way. Does that make sense? Like instead of teaching a man how to get it to pick up a fish, we teach the man how to fish, kind of thing. So it's more those guys like being able to just go pop, pop, pop and just see stuff. Like that's when it's impressive to me, whenever people can just kind of know like what your spine needs to do versus your clavicle to get the chest to do this. Like there's so much more to it than just putting your foot here or there. If you heard me do a session, you would be like, you are nuts. Depends on the person.
But you do so good, and I think you're very good. You're really good at detail and everything. That's why I think makes you such a great posing coach. I mean, listen, you said that guys they're trying to hit on you and stuff.
I just don't want to open that door.
No, listen. Yeah. Listen, I have female athletes and I have video pictures. It's like, why do you have all these girls? It's like they're athletes. I just look at them as athletes. If I get a physique update, I'm looking at little detail. I don't think of anything wrong. I'm like, you have a back drop. I want you to look good. That's it. They know Emmanuel and Liz are going to do it. They're actually going to have Gilco do their production. So I'm like, that's great.
Well, like,
so and it's going to make people look good. We have the Detroit Pro this. Yeah.
Well,
we have the Detroit Pro this Saturday, and Fuad makes the athletes look good. So I'm excited for that as well. I'm excited for just
what men's
it's a free live stream, I think, on YouTube.
They must not have much women's going on for that.
They have an amateur, but they have an amateur for the Detroit Pro, but it's just men's and classic physique. Okay. But cool. Steve Carr, he's going to have fit model and he's going to have classic as well. But Steve Carr Classic, that's going to be in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've met him a few times and stuff, so he's a cool guy. Yeah, so like I was just gonna say, with like, not like I've had any like peers try to like. I'm just saying, when I've been a personal trainer, or if I've had lifestyle clients, or those like not like more novice like prep clients that are men, I'm always just like, I don't even want to open, like, let's just not even make this be an option. But I love posing people, so in the future it could be something I do. But of course, we'll see. But yeah, I mean, I know And also, here's another
Yeah.
thing I tell people: I always want to be like the main voice if I'm your coach. But if you have someone like, for example, Justin, sure knows exactly what to get you to do. But like, if someone wants to have someone take a look at it, just to get their 2 cents to validate or to hear another way to say something, or if you're having an issue with something, I'm really good at finding like, if you don't understand it this way, or this way, I will get on my head and show. Like, I'm gonna make sure you understand it. You're not just gonna nod and go, okay. I'm like, no, wait, show me. So that's something. It could just be like another eyes saying it one different way than mom or dad did, which would be coach. And then like you might feel something different. I'm not even sure if you need posing help. I'm just saying, if you ever need it, a look. We're all just trying to make everyone look better.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
could go on about
Well,
this.
Lauren, I just wanted to say, I appreciate you coming on. I really appreciate, and I love doing this with you. And I love our conversations that keep going on and on. I will next week. We'll probably recap the
Brazil.
Brazil show, and then maybe look at, yeah, and then probably just because there's no shows next week for any of the divisions that we cover, um, but I definitely think it'd be a great off week just to have you on, and we can
Yeah.
continue to do this, and
Well, other
also
thing we could,
the Arnold UK, we could go and cover that. So
of course, dude. Well, I was
yeah,
gonna say this weekend we're gonna have all the people in the Carolinas here. You know what I mean? We're gonna have a big seminar, so
yeah,
I can take some footage and stuff, and maybe record some things that the big wigs say, and maybe we can like review some of that potentially.